Today I wanted to tell you about one of the darkest moments or years of my life, and that was in 2014. Now let me give you some background to this. I had started a fashion line 4 years prior to that, and it was named Barbara Kaisman Feel Good Fashions. And I started that fashion line without much money because I had just been divorced and I was on low funds. But I had had this dream on paper for 26 years, and the Lord had said, now's a great time to start it. Like, really? So anyway, by faith, I started it. And how I started it was I would go to Walmart, buy some 100% men's t-shirts, cut them up, make really cute women's t-shirts. I sold them on Etsy, and they sold. But now each year I grew, and each year I'd have to buy new fabrics, and I got new machines, and I would put it all on a credit card. And every year I would hope and pray that I would be able to sell enough fashions to pay off my credit cards. And I had been. So far, so good. But then 2014 hits. Now, there's something else you have to know. In retail, in the last quarter, the Christmas quarter, is where you make all your money. It's whether companies find out if they're going to make a profit or not. And this is where this thing starts to go downhill. I was laying on the couch watching TV, and all of a sudden it felt like something hit me in the stomach. It felt like somebody punched me. And it wasn't too painful, so I didn't run to the doctor, but I wanted to see if I could get better because I didn't have any health insurance. It was about 3 days, and my kids were starting to worry about me, and they started to ask me to go to the doctors. And so I thought, you know, this thing isn't going away. I need to go. And so I went to the ER. And they did some tests, and they found out I had a burst appendix, and off to emergency surgery I went. Well, just before I went into surgery, the surgeon came out and said, you know, you only had about 48 hours to live before you came in here. And I thought, that's a strange thing to tell somebody. All I can tell you is I had a peace. In the midst of that tough circumstance, I had a peace. Went through surgery, and I went home, and then I had another complication, pneumonia. And so back to the ER I went. All I can tell you is I lost 2 shows because of those medical episodes, so I lost those sales, but I had 1 more show left, and I was hoping to make enough money to pay off my credit cards because making a profit was no longer a thought. Paying the credit cards, oh please, Lord, please. So what happened was I did have record sales, but I did not pay off $17,000 I had to carry into the next year. I have to tell you that between the $69,000 worth of my new medical debt and my $17,000 of credit card, I was depressed. That was not easy. I said, Lord, I've worked 4 hard years, 4 12-hour day years with nothing to show. Nothing to show. I just turned 60. This is no time for me to be in debt. I had many conversations with God. It was dark. It gets worse. On top of all that, I had been telling my clients that I was going to give 10% of the sales to a charity in Haiti. And I had to do it. I had to do it. And I did. Not happy and depressed, and I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit. And it was like thinking, okay, I can't quit because I'm in debt. But I secretly thought, I'm just going to work 1 more year to get rid of that credit card debt, and then I'm out of here. And here's what happened in 1 year. The hospital asked me to apply for charity because they kind of figured I wasn't making enough to pay those kind of bills. And I applied, and I was approved for charity. And so most of that bill, only $6,000 was left over for me to pay, and I made payments on that. And then at the end of 2015, in that last quarter again, because remember, I had to reinvest, make new clothes, get more credit card debt, and pray and hope that again, that they would sell. Not only did they sell, I had record sales, and I was able to pay off the 2 years of credit card debt, and I had enough left over. I was able to buy some furniture for my kitchen and for my living room. That's what God did in 1 year. Wanting to quit was no longer a thought because of this great victory that He'd given me. It's like, God, you are faithful. You did come through. And I was so excited, I didn't quit. Starting dreams sometimes, you're going to hit some snags. You're going to have some dark moments. And all I can tell you through that whole time because I had started the line of clothing to give to charity. God kept telling me, is there not a cause worth fighting for? And he said that over and over and over to me, Barb, is there not a cause worth fighting for? Is this not worth fighting for? And I couldn't say, no, it's not. I said, yes, it's worth fighting for. The darkest moment of my life was 2014, one of them anyway. But God is faithful, and he delivered. And now I trust him for my future. Because you know what? There's going to be more difficulties in the future. But he is faithful, and he has your back, and he has my back. Go forward, trusting him. And especially if he's told you, if he's encouraged you to go forward, trusting him to have your back. He's had mine. And I thank him for it. I thank him. I'm so grateful. Anyway, you've been listening to Barb Keisman, Dare to Dream Once More.